Let's be honest, quite a few US presidents don't exactly have the most interesting lives in the world. Looking at you, Benjamin Harrison. But there are actually a lot of pretty interesting and weird facts and stories about America's leaders, and I'm here to list 10 of them. Side note, these aren't in any particular ranking, it's just a list of cool facts. Now, let's go. We all know that George Washington is on the $1 bill, Abe Lincoln is on the 5, and Ben Franklin is on the 100. But did you know that there is a $100,000 bill? And guess who's on it? Woodrow Wilson. Okay, question. Who in the real world owns a $100,000 bill? Besides, like, Bill Gates or Batman. You could literally lose your life savings if you lost one of these. Also, quick note, there is also a $10,000 bill that does not feature any famous president, but a politician from the 19th century called Salmon P. Chase. Maybe he's super famous and I'm just a little ignorant, but I've certainly never heard of Mr. Salmon here. Being a parent, I assume, is pretty difficult. Raising 1 or 2 kids must be hard enough. Well, guess what? John Tyler, the 10th president, had 15 kids. He should seriously get his own TV show on TLC. He had 2 wives. The first one had 7 kids, and the second one had 8 kids. So I guess it was pretty evenly distributed. Still sounds pretty hard, though. Well, with America having its first African-American president, and Hillary Clinton coming close to being the first female president, it seems that the lineup of American presidents is becoming more diverse. But we still haven't had a gay president. Or have we? James Buchanan, the 15th president and predecessor to Abraham Lincoln, was by no means an amazing or that interesting president. But he has come to light a bit recently, being called, quote-unquote, America's first gay president. Now, there's no solid evidence or statements to prove this fact. One reason it started was that he's the only bachelor president, so I guess people just assumed he's gay. By those standards, that would mean Zac Efron, Ryan Reynolds, Bradley Cooper, and Leonardo DiCaprio are gay, just because they aren't married. Also, this started a bit because after breaking his engagement with a woman, he lived with a dude called William Rufus King for 10 years, and some people at the time noted that they were sort of inseparable. However, I wouldn't consider this evidence, as they could have just been BFFs. Regardless, it is a very popular rumor. We all know Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, that guy who wrote the Declaration of something or other. And some of us know John Adams, that guy who was George Washington's vice president and then became president himself. Anyway, the two of them had their fair share of differences and fights, especially towards the end of John Adams' term and the beginning of Thomas Jefferson's. They virtually hated each other for a while. However, when both men retired, they became buddies again. Funny thing is, both men died on the same day. Now, that's not that cool, until you find out that they both died on the 4th of July, 1826, exactly 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, that thing Thomas Jefferson wrote. What a coincidence. Now we come to our current president, Mr. Barack Obama. When he was in college, he was really good on the basketball court. And I mean really good, doing awesome dunks and all that good stuff. And because of his mad skills, he got the nickname Barry Obama, which is a little bit too ironic. This one is a little weird. Franklin D. Roosevelt is obviously one of the best presidents. His wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, is one of the best first ladies ever. Fun fact, Eleanor was Franklin's cousin. Alright, so it's not as weird as it sounds. She wasn't his first, second, or third cousin, but fifth. So it's not that weird, right? Presidents usually have pretty regular middle names. Walker, Baines, Milhouse, Rudolph. But one stands out. Harry S. Truman had a very strange middle name. He didn't have one. Well, technically he did, but it was only the letter S. His parents couldn't decide which of his grandfathers his middle name should be honoring, Solomon or Ship, so they decided just to put an S. Ulysses S. Grant is one of the worst presidents ever, but he does have a pretty cool name. However, he was originally named Hiram Ulysses Grant, but something about that name bothered him. It was the fact that his initials were Hug. I kid you not. He didn't like this, as he was trying to be a bit of a tough guy, and Hug wasn't very intimidating. So he changed his name to what we now know him as. Another fun fact, he smoked about 20 cigars a day. Yeah, guess what he died of? Throat cancer. Chester A. Arthur was America's 21st president. He had one of the most awesome beard, mustache, mutton chop hybrid things of all time. Seriously, what is that thing? Anyway, a little known fact about him, he owned 80 pairs of pants. Even by today's standards, that's quite a lot of pants for one guy. In the late 1800s, it was crazy. He would often change them throughout the day, wearing one pair in the morning, a different pair in the afternoon, and a different pair in the evening. What a classy guy. Now, this one is a bit more of a story than a fact, but whatevs. Calvin Coolidge was a man of few words. As in, he didn't talk. Like, at all. I mean, he talked a bit, as any president would, but he was so quiet that his nickname was Silent Cal. Two friends had a bet that one of them could make Coolidge say 3 or more words. The friend told Coolidge about the bet and asked if he could in fact say 3 words for him. Coolidge responded with, "You lose." Anyway, those were some of the strange and curious facts about America's leaders. Did I miss any? Be sure to tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.